Welcome back to the Scenic Paranormal. This video is called the SES, the Secret Air Show. I took these pictures from the 1st of September to the 4th of September. This video also includes 2 UAPs and 12 UFOs. I want to correct a mistake from my fishing video. I got the date wrong. We actually went fishing on Saturday, the 27th of August, not the 30th. I know how I made that mistake. I didn't look at the texts to my fishing friend, and I just looked in the calendar on my PC, and I was looking at July, not August. Also, I thought we went back to work on the Monday, but as it turns out from looking at the texts, he came back on the Thursday and Friday, being the first and the second, and we agreed to go fishing again, and I really don't know how I forgot about that. But yeah, so we went fishing on the first of we finished work and we came down for a couple of hour session. And I managed to catch a shape-shifting UFO. At first, I thought it was a kite surfer kite because of the second picture, but then the third picture, it turns into a shape that I don't think kite surfer kites are made to do. They're kind of like constructed to keep their shape. So yeah, so let's get into it. So what is good about this one is also we have like points of reference of how far away this UFO could be. So if you look at this post here, so we'll fish where we are, where I'm taking this picture. I'm fishing on a rock groin where we're fishing off, very similar to my fishing trip video. And this post is 90 meters away, and then there's another groin on just beyond that, another 100 meters away. If you have a look at this yellow buoy here, we call them buoys. They might be called fenders in other countries and that. So this one to the right is in line with this post here, and this buoy in the center is in line with the other groin that's 100 meters away from this groin. And this UFO, it looks, I don't know, it could be just in between these. So you got that boy there and that boy there. It could be in between these two. So where I'm looking at it, it could be about 200 to 250 meters away. It's not very far off the water. And if we go into it, so my camera is picking up the light optics that I've explained in my other videos about physical objects. And if we scroll into it a little bit more, you can quite clearly see that there's two shapes or two objects, and then I think this one could possibly be either forming or materializing into a shape because of the light optics that you see around it and around the other two. And also it's got like these strange like circle like markings on it. So we go to the next one, it completely changes shape, turns into like a solid shape. So as you can see here, it's now in like a solid, more of a solid shape. I've zoomed in, so I can't really tell which buoys. Maybe it is in line with the post. Maybe it's a little bit closer than what I thought. But if we go into it, I mean, like, so I've taken pictures of kite surfing kites before, and they don't look anything like this. So if I were to be honest, this thing looks mechanical. Just basing it off the fact that it's got loads of right angles on it. It's got right angle there, right angle there, right angle there, right angle there. And it does the same up here, and it's got a flat surface there, and it seems to do the same thing on the outside. It does it there. It's another right angle there, flat on the top, right angle there, another right angle there, right angle, and then this like big like bit here. So yeah, I don't know, it doesn't look, like I said, it doesn't look like a kite surfer kite. Also, if you scroll out of it, there is no, so you can't see any lines. You know, like you got the lines that go down, and you can't see a kite surfer anywhere. So yeah, it's just a bit of an odd one. But yeah, it's like I really don't know how to explain this one. And it looks like it's got like a rectangle there, and it looks like it's got like a box in the middle. Um, and also you can see with the light optics is also showing the right angles. I mean, like this bit. If you scroll out a bit, this kind of looks like the Mayans kind of like pyramids. You know, like the squarish ones. Um, yeah, it's just really odd. So we go to the next slide because as well. I mean, like I know the picture's grainy in that, but I mean, like you can make the boats out. Um, the boat there. You know, you can see all the buildings and that. You see all the right angles on the buildings. It's just yeah, just a bit of a odd shape shifting UFO. And then we go to this one, and yeah, it's like I don't know. I mean, it's completely. I mean, like I'm 100% sure. I'm pretty certain that kite surfer kites don't do that. I mean, like they're constructed in a way to keep their shape. I mean, like, I've seen videos in that when the kite surfers like lose grip of it. You know, they normally keep their shape all the way until when they're like floating on the water, and then they kind of like they kind of flatten out a little bit. But I mean, like if you've let go, you know, and there wasn't really any wind that day. There wasn't that much wind, if I can remember. And this just looks like it's gone the other way. And if you look at it closer, it looks like there's two parts. It looks like this bit's broken off, and again we got these like circle things. And there's loads more right angles as well. You got the right angle there, right angle there, right angle there, right angle there, around there, around there, around there, all the way to there. And you can see it with the light optics that my camera's picking up as well. You can see the right angles there. So like kite surfer kites, they're they're inflated and they make like a round shape. This thing just doesn't look anything like that. Um, could it be a bird? I mean, like, I think it might be a bit big for a bird. Seeing how far off it is, seeing how far off, it's not very far off the water. Like I say, if it's like 200, 250 meters away, it's still looking quite big. And also, I've never seen any birds like sticking their feet out. And those feet look pretty big, to be fair. My honest guess is that this is the same thing, just upside down. Because if you look at that part of the wing there, or if you could call that a wing, that looks like it just goes up. So it like kind of bends up, kind of goes diagonal there, and then that's vertical. And you got like the square bit there. So if we go back to the next one, or this one before, you know, you look at that part there. That's folded. That's vertical down, and it goes quite a long way. Um, and like you got the box bit. I mean, like it's changed color, but yeah, I haven't got a clue what that is. It just looks like it's upside down and like split apart somehow. Yeah, odd. And then like the next day, I've got on the next day on the second, there's a there's a kind of UFO that looks very similar to this part of this thing here. Um, so we go to the next side. So the next side is just basically set. So we're fishing on this groin here to the right. Um, so that's the next groin, and like you got the 50-meter thing there, and it's about 90 meters from there, and it's about 100 meters to there. So just say if that if it's around about here, you're looking at about at least 200 to 250 meters out. If it's there, it's going to be about I don't know, but it's good. It's good to see with like the boys in that. It's kind of a good reference to see how far away it is. Um, so if we go to the next one, so this is the next day. So I've I've gone back home. I've um I've looked at the pictures. And I was like, well, you know, there's something odd there. So we've come back and we're doing roof repairs on the roof. Um, yeah, and like yeah, I managed to get loads of footage of the roof and that, or like scenery on the roof. So yeah, I just started taking pictures and that, and yeah, so it basically a helicopter's flying by. I've seen the pictures from the day before, and I am looking up this time. I'm taking pictures and I'm looking up, and something's popped up. This like thing here, and as well with this. So with this air show, um, there was a plane that fell out the sky and fell into Poole Harbour last year. And what I noticed about this air show, they'd do one display, let it fly off, and then do another display. I think they were just doing one display at a time. I think health and safety must have been quite big at this air show this year. Um, so yeah, you got the helicopter, and then you've got this thing here. Now the helicopter keeps its shape, but this thing just completely changes every time I take a picture. Go to the next slide. So here it is. It's changed shape again, and you can see it with the light optics as well. I think the helicopter's behind a tree at the moment. It's just doing like a slow low flyby. Go to the next one. So yeah, the helicopter's back. You can still see it looks like a helicopter. And then you got this one up here. It's obviously smaller than a helicopter. And it's now a right angle and a square. And you can also see it with the light optics that my camera's picking up. So yeah, it's just a bit of an odd one. Go to the next one. So helicopter is keeping its shape. This time it turns into, well, it looks like a Celtic cross or a Christian cross or three squares. It also if you add that bit, it looks like a key. If I come out of this, go to rotate. Looks like a Christian cross. Rotate again. Looks like a key. And if you look at the light optics as well, it's changed. The light optics are changing as well. So it's like it's just a bit. I don't know how it's shape shifting so much. The helicopter seems to be keeping its shape. Let's go back to full screen. Go. Yeah, so we go to the next one. Helicopter's not in view, but the Christian cross is now turned into, well, it looks like a flying saucer now. And like I say, the light optics as well has changed to the shape of the object, which is odd. Right, so let's go back. So the next one is now changed into like a raindrop kind of shape. Helicopter's not in view. So it's not in this picture, but this is basically the next picture, and then the next picture on is the next picture. So this is the next picture from that, and here's that kind of UFO thing, and it's changed shape again. And then we go to the next picture. Can you guess what's going to happen? Gone. It happens a lot in my pictures with my videos. Not every, well, yeah, it does happen quite a lot. Happens all the time. Right, so we go to the next one. Right, so yeah, this is coming for another one. I think this is about 3 minutes later. So I don't know whether the pilot meant to make that shape, but yeah, I'm just saying it's pretty artistic, I guess. But like I said, I don't think he meant to. I don't know if he meant to create that shape, but yeah. So we go to the next one. It's not the next one. Here it is. So this one just pops out of nowhere. If we go back to this one, can't see it at all. Go to the next one, and this just pops out of nowhere. And it's kind of, I don't know, like a crocodile head, or maybe the optics is coming up as a triangle. So I'm not really too sure. So this one. It's I think it's a few minutes later. I can't remember how long, but yeah, it looks kind of similar to the circle shapes, like the circle shape I was showing you in the first pictures, and this looks very kind of similar because it's kind of got the like the circly dots. And then the next slide, it's gone. It's not here. Yeah, it's completely gone. I'm pretty sure that's that plane that was there earlier. Excuse me. And so yeah, that's another one. So this is so I'd finished work and then I came down to the seafront after work, and this is the first picture I took. Also, when I was with those work slides, that when you see the UFO, that was again the first picture I took. So this one's pretty cool. At first, I just thought this was a plane. I thought it was like a biplane, but then when I had a closer look on it, yeah, it looks like a cylinder. But also it's got a shadow on the cloud. Now I don't know whether it's, I don't know, coming in or out of the cloud, or maybe a portal or something. I'm not 100% sure. But then the thing is, so you can see the cylinder kind of thing coming out, and then you can also see a shadow underneath it. And the shadow looks very similar to the object that's kind of like poking out of either the cloud or a porthole. But what's also interesting is like the little grey shadowy bits to the side, which is odd as well. But yeah, it's a very interesting one. And then we go to the next slide. Nothing's there. It's gone. And that's quite close to like the red arrows in that, whilst they're doing their heart-shaped stunt. Yeah, very interesting. Next picture, it's not there. It's nowhere to be seen. Yeah, just a bit odd. Right, go to the next slide. So when I came down to the seafront to see the air show, I bet that this was the last show. Excuse me, this was the last show, and basically, um, they all just they all came to the middle, and then they all flew off back to base. And then no more planes actually flew until I think it was 6 o'clock later that night, 6 or 7 o'clock later that night. I think it was 6 o'clock. Go to the next one. That's just, and then you can see them all flying off. So yeah, here's the next one. This one's pretty good. I think there's so this is after they've all flown off, and we've got a rectangle come up. Yeah, I don't know. And again, it's got the light optics for the physical objects. It looks a bit like faded in that. And then if we go to the next one, you can see it's a bit blurry, but something comes up in the middle of the picture. We have a little look on it. It looks like a square with like a little dome thing around it. It looks very similar to my Pentagon UFO in my last UFO video, because it's kind of see-through and you can kind of see the light optics just faintly. And yeah, it's got like this semicircle kind of field around it. Maybe this is a sign of its propulsion system, like the other one on the fishing trip. Yeah, very interesting. Go to the next one. So this is the next picture, and it's vanished. Another one that it's there and then it's gone. Yeah. Go to the next one. Here's a big one. We got a big one. So this, I've tracked the mileage on this. So this is about 5 miles away. If it's on this big hill here, if it's not, if it's in Poole Harbour, it's in Poole Harbour, then it's probably about 3.5 miles away. And again, this is when all the planes have flown away. And I mean, like that, from a distance, it looks like a triangle, but when you go into it, it's like a kind of blur. But then you can also see faintly that my camera's picking up the light optics that you see on all physical objects. A bit like the hill here. You know what I mean? You can see it with the hill. So yeah, nice interesting one. Go to the next picture. I don't know why I took a picture of the bush, but you can see from this next picture, it's not in the frame. It was around about here. You go to the next one. Have a look. It's not there. Next one. Have a look. It's not there. Have a look on the next one. Oh, and it's back. So I think this is the first time one's actually came back. Different shape. It is a different shape. Looks more like a circle now at the top, and kind of got like a faded out, like it's a bit like a shuttlecock from badminton, but also you can see the very faint light optics around it. But yeah, I mean, that's at least 3.5 miles away, and it's huge. It's absolutely huge. And like I say, this is when all the planes have actually like flown away, getting ready for the night show. So this isn't the next slide, but this is another one that just didn't make any sense. Again, the planes have all gone, and we got this really like kind of reflective triangle light that just appears out of nowhere. I do have more slides of it, but I've kind of like pointed the camera like it was out of view. So, like I say, I'm just taking pictures of the scenery. I don't actually see these things. It's just like I think out of all the videos that I've done, I've only seen one. I think that's the one at the train station. That's the only one that I've seen. The rest of them, I didn't even see him. So yeah, very peculiar. Go to the next one. So this is the next day. Bit of a story behind this sun halo. So basically, so on the third, I was like, right, I wanted to go on the beach. I wanted to go down the. I just bought a new like paddleboard, and I wanted to go out and watch the air show on the sea out at Bournemouth. And I'd never been down to Bournemouth and watched the air show at Bournemouth. I just normally go to my local beach. Um, so I went down to Bournemouth, went to the right side of the pier. Loads of paddle boarders there. I was like, yes, brilliant. We were allowed to paddleboard because I did look it up. I was like, are we allowed? Are we actually allowed on the sea whilst the air show's going on? So when I pumped it all up, and then I went under the pier, and to my shock, there's loads of like boys and like fenders, like boat fenders, like marking out the places where you can go. And it's kind of confusing. It was like, am I allowed behind the yellow boys or is it the red boys? And I got out there, and like there was so many people when I got through the pier. I was like paddling through. I was just like, I just need to get off. I need to get off because I probably looked such a wally in that. So I'm basically just like paddling through, and I just sat on my board, and then I looked up at the sun, and I seen this beautiful double sun halo, and started taking snaps of it. If I didn't, so the thing is, right, if I didn't do that, what I've just said, I would never have seen the sun halo because they're quite hard to see, and you've got to you've got to see them from the right angles sometimes. So yeah, it was brilliant to get this double one. I think I've had 8 this year, 8 or 9 now. I think I've seen 10, but I only managed to get 3 on. No, 7 of them on camera. And then here's the double one died out. This is when I'm on the beach. It might have just been because I was directly below it. It was directly above me, and then when I gone on the beach, it turned into a single one. The sun halo lasted for about about an hour, I would say. Yeah, probably about an hour. Let's go to the next slide. So this is when I'm coming up from the beach and that, coming up the promenade, and took a snapshot. Got a square UFO. I mean, like, can't really complain with that. It's got these like weird like things here. I don't know if they're just glitches or whatnot, but yeah, nice little square UFO there. So the main part of the video, my favorite part of the video. So basically, I was just sat in. I had the window open, and I heard the roar of the Eurofighter Typhoon, and I just I thought, right, let's get out there and get a few shots. This is the 4th of September, the last day of the air show. And these sequences of pictures, we have the Eurofighter, we have a passenger plane, and we have another passenger plane just here. You can see the chemtrail just there. This is the Eurofighter, and this is one of the best fighter jets in the world. We go to the passenger plane. You might have just seen the what's it? The first UFO. So this is the main UFO of the video. This UFO outmaneuvers the Eurofighter exponentially, and is probably about 100 times faster than it. And there's also another two. There's another two UFOs down here, and it kind of makes a triangle. Um, so we go to this one here. This one looks kind of, I don't know how to call that, but it's definitely an odd shape. It's got the optics around it. And then we go to the next one, come out a little bit. And then this one's like a rectangle with a dark square there, and then possibly another little square on that bit there. And if we come out of it, you can see that these three black things, or black UFOs, are making a kind of triangle. I wouldn't say a perfect one, but though this one and this one looks level, like kind of like straight on, and then this one's here. So I don't know what the name of that kind of triangle is, but it's definitely a kind of triangle. It's very interesting. So we go to the next slide. So the next slide, the three black UFOs disappear. They like doing their disappearing act. So the black one was around about here. That one's gone. It doesn't appear for a couple of slides. These two just completely gone. You don't see them again. The UAP, there is a UAP as well. I don't know. I think it does look like the cloud, but I mean, like, there's a UAP that just pops out around about here, and so there's three. So in this part of the video, there's three UFOs and one UAP. Let's go to the next slide. I think the UAP, there it is. So it's like just appears, and it's like a rectangle. The black one hasn't appeared yet. The black one appears about here. I think it's in the next slide. The Eurofighter is at the top of its loop the loop. And if we go to the next one, is it this one? Don't think it's this one. I think it's the next one. If we have a look at the UAP, the UAP is doing its shape-shifting maneuvers quite remarkably. Let's go to the next one. And yeah, so the black one has appeared. So here's, just keep your eyes on the Eurofighter, because the Eurofighter doesn't get very far in each frame, and it's on a descent. Now this little black one that is now vertical, it jumps from there to there, and the Eurofighter goes from here, I think, to like that thin cloud there. So if we go to, just keep your eyes on this, and I'll go to the next slide. So yeah, the Eurofighter's got to there on a descent, right? So the black one was here, the black one was here. It's now here. We scroll right into it, you can see, and now it's kind of shape shifting. It's going very fast, so yeah, I don't know. It's a pretty remarkable bit of speed there, compared to one of the best planes in the world, or best fighter jets in the world. The UAP has completely changed shape. It is now a Christian cross and a vertical rectangle with like a rod going through the middle of it, which is pretty remarkable. So we go to the next slide. So yeah, so this one now jumps to here, and the Eurofighter gets to about there. So that's a lot of distance compared to like one of the best planes in the world. So we go like that. So where is it? Yes, yeah, so the black one's here. So the black one's gone from here to here. That's a long way, and the Eurofighter's gone from here to there on a descent. So, and the UAP has now shape-shifted into a skinny rectangle that's horizontal instead of vertical. Still got the rod thing on it. Yeah, just a bit of a strange one. Now, I think in this one, the black one, so this black one here, it disappears for a frame. So we go back in. So the Eurofighter's come down to, the Eurofighter's gone from there to there. The black one's completely disappeared. The UAP has turned into a pair of sunglasses, or your classic alien eyes, just a different color. And yeah, just go to the next one. And this is where the black one reappears. I'm pretty sure that's the black one. It's got the optics around it, faint bit of optics when they're faded, and it's now neck and neck with the plane. So it gave it a bit of a handicap. I don't think the Eurofighter knew that it was there. I wouldn't have thought so. The Eurofighter, no, the UAP is now a skinny rectangle. It's lost the little rod bit. So yeah, just very interesting little clip. And now it's disappeared again. And this is the end part of the video. So I want to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And I'll come back with another UFO video at the start of 2023. It's literally the next day. I went fishing, got some good shapes, and it's a lot more scenic. This one, it's a lot more scenic, and I got a few. I think I got a face, like a cloud that looks like a face. Well, it looks very similar to a face. So yeah. All right, I'll see you in the next one.